All right, we'd like to go and get started. We'd like to welcome Thomas Detry to the interview room, the winner of the 2025 WM Phoenix Open. Thomas, your first PGA Tour title, first player from Belgium to win on the PGA Tour. How would you characterize the emotions of this day?
Incredible. Incredible. You know, I felt nervous yesterday morning and kind of last night didn't sleep great. You know, I woke up this morning early, 4 a.m., couldn't fall back asleep, you know. But then deep inside of me, I kind of really trusted myself. I felt like I was been doing a lot of really good things in the past to kind of put myself in that position, and I felt like I was kind of ready to win. So deep inside, I was kind of, this one, nobody was going to take it away from me.
And then just quickly tell us about, birdieing the final four holes. You withstood some charges throughout the day, but to really slam the door shut there, what was kind of going through your mind?
Yeah, I mean, I hit the green in 2 on 13, which I thought in my mind was kind of a key, and I think I kind of maybe mentally relaxed a little bit too much there and then didn't pay enough attention on that putt. 3-putt at 13. Daniel Berger just went birdie 12 and 13, and then suddenly I was like, okay, well, I need to be careful here. And then I think what really turned it around was my up and down on 14 and that driver on 15, because 15 was playing downwind. So I knew that if I could commit to that drive and hit a proper drive, it was only an 8 or a 7 iron into that par 5, which was big, and I was able to birdie that hole. And then after that, obviously 16, I was just trying to hit it to middle of the green pretty much. I think the adrenaline kind of took over a little bit, and, when it went to, I didn't realize it was that close. I thought it was probably just a couple of feet away, or maybe maybe 10, 15 foot away, just past it, just short. And when I got there, I was like, okay, this is looking good now.
Perfect. All right, well, we'll go and open up for questions. If you have a question, just raise your hand. We'll get a microphone over to you, Todd, real quick. Yeah.
I'm curious, as a guy who was trying to break through, was there something did it feel differently when you woke up this morning? Was there a moment during your warm-up? Was there a moment during the round that just kind of felt like this was going to be it?
I've had the tendency of when I fell under pressure, and it's been every single week, honestly, like when I'm in contention, kind of heart racing, I started forward thinking a little bit, kind of getting ahead of myself, not really being in the present. And today I paid more attention. I meditated this morning. I meditated yesterday morning as well. I felt like that kind of really brought me into a peaceful mindset. I also did an ice bath this morning, which was nice. I felt like this is kind of what I did yesterday morning as well. And I felt like yesterday morning I actually felt pretty comfortable on the first tee, and I did the exact same routine today, and I actually felt comfortable on the first tee. I didn't really have any nerves. I felt like I had my full mind to it, and I was just ready to play my own game and not trying to chase something.
Good. Everett, right here.
Hey, Thomas. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Just like you said, you hit an unbelievable shot on 16. Can you talk about when you made that birdie, just the feeling of the crowd? Like, did you embrace just like this might be it?
Yeah, this is it. I mean, it was incredible. To be really honest, like everything, it just goes so quickly that I almost don't realize it. I mean, in my mind, with my caddy, we just had a number, and I think it was 163 meters, so 64 meters to the flag, and we were just trying to pitch it 155, and I was just thinking, okay, just a normal 9-iron, a bit of downwind, just kind of middle of the green, and that's it. And then I flushed it, I covered it nicely, it just was flying so good in the air, and, I saw Daniel Berger's ball just flying over, so I was thinking, just take it easy, don't bounce too hard, and I didn't realize it went that close, to be honest, but it was just probably one of the best shots I've ever hit, to be honest.
Yeah, and one more question from me. It's obviously a Ryder Cup year. What would it mean for you to represent Team Europe later this year at Bethpage Black?
I feel like the atmosphere at Bethpage would be pretty similar to this, especially for me as a European. Lots of people shouting at me, but no, the Ryder Cup is something that I really want to be part of. I don't want to say it's a goal. Like, I don't play golf this year to reach that Ryder Cup team. I think my good game and my achieving my goals will kind of naturally qualify me for the Ryder Cup team. And I think, I've been watching the Ryder Cup now on TV every single year, and being part of it would definitely be a dream. But I'm not really getting ahead of myself, and not getting overexcited. It's still a very long way away. There's still lots of golf to be played, and at the end of the day, like, there's obviously picks. There's automatic qualifiers, but there's picks and whatever. I mean, I might be a pick. I might not make the team. It's whoever plays the best golf closer to that date.
All right, we have one in the back, and then we'll go up here to Kevin.
Hi, Thomas. Congratulations. Hello. I walked the course a lot with you on Saturday, and I kept hearing fans ask, who is this guy? So now as a winner, how do you want to be remembered by those fans who didn't know who you are?
Yeah, I mean, I've heard people saying that I was from Germany. I've heard people saying that I was from Denmark. It's quite nice that people hopefully will start putting a face on my name. I mean, people recognize the name Detry, but they don't really recognize my face sometimes. I've been in contention many times, so hopefully, people recognize it. And also for Belgium, it's pretty cool to that people don't get it confused with Germany, because, I mean, I made that joke earlier, but it's true. I mean, so many people think that I'm from Germany just because we got the same color as the flag, but it's obviously different. It's just a different flag. But it's nice, and hopefully get my name going. It's good for my brand. It's cool. I love it here. It's great. The PGA Tour is great, and I hope I can broaden my fan base.
Okay, Kevin, right here.
Congratulations, Thomas. I was talking with Charlie Danielson this morning, and he was recalling you getting up at 5 a.m., getting your coffee, working out, and having like short game challenges at 7 a.m.
Well, I got Charlie into coffee, so he used to never drink coffee until I got him to it. I'm a big coffee drinker, so.
Did you have a coffee this morning?
Yeah, I had my coffees this morning. I have my coffees every morning. I'm sure he has too now.
Amazing. I was wondering, from kind of living with him for 4 years and pushing each other, how do you think that dynamic kind of fueled you and kind of cultivated your mindset?
I mean, Charlie's one of my best friends. In college, he was great. I was kind of on my own out there in America, not really having any friends. And he took me under his umbrella. I was spending every Thanksgiving at his house. His family were amazing to me. And we were very competitive. I mean, I hated when he beated me. We used to chip, go on our amazing facility at the U of I. We used to go on chipping contests just before class and after class as well. We were feeding from each other. He was so competitive, and he was an amazing player. It's a bit of a shame that he had that knee injury, which kind of prohibited him from being out here. But it definitely helped me. And those years with Coach Mo were great. He really put us in that right mindset of. That's one of the phrases that he uses: poor, hungry, determined. That's those three words that he wants us to. That's the way to approach a tournament and approach golf. That's kind of what I remember from it.
And the mental game, I know you've talked about meditating, and I was wondering kind of what meditating looks like for you, like how long you do it for, and what kind of.
It doesn't take that much time. It takes 10 minutes. Like it just takes 10 minutes at night, 10 minutes in the morning, but it really helps me to. I'm a forward thinker. I just constantly, especially when I'm doing well, just project myself and just imagine myself winning. And I can feel my heartbeat going. I can feel my breathing getting out of control a little bit. And that meditation really helps me stay in the present. As soon as you're going to have those moments where your mind is just going to go there, but it's just the fact of being able to recognize that moment. Oh, my mind is going ahead now. I'm going to start rushing. So just use that tool and bring yourself back to the present moment, and that's really what I've been able to do very well this week.
When did you start meditating, and who inspired you, or what inspired you?
Actually, my wife got me into it, my cousin as well, a couple of friends, a lot of people doing it. I'm talking to a psychologist who's kind of advised me to do it as well. And, people think that it's just 1 hour of doing like this, but it's not. You can just put your headphones on. There's all sorts of apps now that you can use on your phone, and you can do that meditation. It takes 10 minutes in the morning. I mean, some people will do a bit longer, but for me, 10 minutes is enough. And I think it's good, not even only for us golfers. I think it's good for anyone. It's good for businessmen. It's good for performers, for artists, for whoever, name it. I think everybody should kind of utilize that tool and be better at. Using your brain, really. That's really what it is. It's just getting better at using your brain. I feel like I'm still got work to do, but I'm getting better at it.
And when did you first meditate?
Maybe 2 years ago. A year and a half ago, I must have started. So at the start, when you start meditating, your mind just rushes all over the place, and you're meditating, but you're just thinking about what you're going to eat tonight. That's kind of what I've had at the start. But then the more you actually do it, the more you're able to recognize those moments when your mind just kind of just rushes, and then it gets you back into the present moment.
Perfect. All right, we'll go back left here.
Hello, congratulations.
Thank you.
Coming into this final day, what was your confidence level with the 5-stroke lead coming into the final round?
Confidence was high because I was playing great golf. Confidence was high. I was driving well and putting well. Usually that's kind of the magic formula, especially for me. Every time I drive it well and putt well, not much really can happen. But I was comfortable. But like you always have that in the back of your mind. You've got 5-shot lead. Like don't blow it. You'd be really cool. But no, I stayed present and I've felt, like I said, very comfortable. I felt like I was, because this course, birdies out there, but once you start missing fairways, those tricky pin positions in the firm greens, like the course can bite you. So I was really, I was able to trust my game and kind of rely on that.
Okay, Suzanne, right here.
Bravo, très bien joué.
Merci beaucoup.
What, for everybody else, what are some of the goals you're looking forward to now, Thomas? You said earlier, I've got my goals set coming in, and now you've gotten one of them achieved. So what are the rest of the goals for this year? I
mean, winning has been a goal of mine for the last 4 or 5 years. Every year I'm like, okay, this is the year I'm going to win. So this is amazing. I think reaching Tour Championship is definitely one of the goals, reaching Tour Champ. I mean, it's massive. I missed out by only a couple of shots last year, and I was very disappointed. But my goal is just to perform as good as I can all over the world. I'm still a very big fan of the DP World Tour. I still like to go back in the fall and play all those DP World Tour events and qualify for the race to Dubai. It's great. This is where I grew up and learned to play golf and where I started my professional career. So, my goals are just to keep playing well and keep putting myself in contention and hopefully improve in these situations, like when I'm under pressure and when I'm in contention, just keep getting better at it, and hopefully I'll be like Scotty Scheffler one day.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Right, you have one more, Kevin, right here.
Thomas, was there a moment today where in the past your mind might have started racing, but you were better able to kind of...
Say that again?
A moment where in the past your mind might have started racing, but based on your work in the last year and a half, you were able to bring yourself back to the present moment quicker?
Yeah. Well, I don't understand your question,
like,
sorry.
Was there like a moment today that...
Oh, today. Oh, okay, today. I thought you meant in the past. Yeah, many times. 13, for example, I was kind of cruising. I made a great birdie on 11. I felt comfortable there. And then suddenly kind of 13, that 3-putt on 13 kind of came out of nowhere. And suddenly I was like a little bit like, oh, just careful. And Daniel Berger started playing some really good golf. He smoked one on 14. So I was like, this is getting a little bit dangerous here. So there I was really able to kind of get back to my routine, just commit to my target. I got myself out of position a little bit off the tee shot on 14 on the right, and I was just like, like it's a tucked pin on the left, just hit it right, leave yourself an easy up and down, and I was able to kind of stick to my routine and trust the process, really.
And Coach Small said you know 4 languages?
I do, yeah. I mean, it's a mess in my brain, but yeah, I do know 4 languages. My grandma is Spanish, so I used to speak French and Spanish at home. Obviously English now, and then I was in a Dutch-speaking school. Brussels, Belgium has kind of bilingual country, so we speak French and Dutch in Belgium, and Dutch is cool. So Dutch, Spanish, French, and English.
When you're playing golf, do you think mainly in English, or do you think in?
My caddy is English, so we speak English all the time. Do I think in English? My wife is British as well, so there's a lot of English happening now. I speak French to my daughters. I mean, I'm mainly French speaking, so I kind of think in French a little bit of both.
Awesome. All right, we'll go to finish with Todd right here.
On the meditation and then back on the 16th hole in particular, did you have a moment there where you kind of brought yourself back right before hitting that shot?
Not really. There, it was kind of everything kind of went by quickly. I didn't really feel any pressure on that moment. It was just a perfect. My mind didn't rush there. We had a great number. It was playing downwind. The greens are pretty firm, so you know what to expect. It will bounce. It's not going to spin back. So, I felt really comfortable in that moment. I was like, this is the perfect club. It's a 9-iron, just a normal 9-iron. And, I hit an amazing shot. As I said, I was kind of planning on hitting it 10, 15 feet short, and it just kind of took a big bounce and almost went in. It was pretty cool.
All right, Thomas. Well, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for the time.
You're welcome.